Geiger, back then, this was in the 80s, was co-ed. So, I mean, the women ran that place, man, and most of them were extremely good looking because they were like the girlfriends of a lot of like Latin narco trafficantes, drug dealers. And of course, when you're, have a lot of money, you're not going to have an ugly girlfriend. And then some of these good-looking girlfriends had problems. They got arrested or taken to the States, whatever, and incarcerated for many years. And in that age or that era, you could, in that particular prison, you could wear your own clothes too. So I mean, they had some awesome wardrobes, and you'd walk around the yard with them. You couldn't touch them, physically touch them, but you could walk with them, like next to them. And this was the age of the cassette player. And so you had like a cassette, and the cool thing on the yard was if you had like a dual jack. So somebody's got a dual jack in their cassette player, and you're both going around walking, and you're listening. They're the same thing as you're walking, but you couldn't touch them. Anyway, so these girls, they would have their boyfriend. That's what they call a walkie. Okay, so for an instance, I'm the walkie. Then a lot of the girls are lesbian too. So they got a girlfriend in the joint because they had two units, A unit and B unit. They probably had, I don't know, 200 people in each. One's male, one's female. The female was B. And the hole is on the bottom floor, and the female unit on the male was on I think the 4th or 5th floor. Anyway, so the hacks, that's the guards, were running the place officially, but most of them were like these men, the male. I mean, the testosterone's running. So they see all these good-looking Latin women, and they say, "Hey, man, I need some perfume." And just, Charlie, why don't you see if you can bring it in? Pretty soon he's bringing in perfume, and they're bringing in, clothing or whatever else they need, or extra food. And before long, they end up, they're screwing them. And like one guard's locking the other guard with one of the female inmates in the hole. And after that, man, she owns him, man. And so, whatever she asks the hack to bring, hey, he does. And then she's asking him for keys. So she get a key, like in the joint for like one of the closets. And then one of her gangster girlfriends would, say, "I'm the walkie." And she says, "Hey, I'm gonna go do him, man. We got like 5 minutes between shift change. We're gonna open this closet. You're gonna pin. Keep an eye for the cops when they do their shift change. You're gonna lock me in that closet with him. We're gonna bang a quickie, and then you're gonna unlock us." So that was the routine in there, and that's how I met Maria Elena. And in fact, she was her boyfriend was like in, I don't know, one of the richest in the world back then. Gotcha was his name. He was a Colombian.
He was with Pablo.
Yeah, he was one of Pablo's partners. But that's the level of the Latin women that were in there. I mean, they weren't, the poor girls that were run across the border to go pick lettuce. I mean, they were the girlfriends of these narco trafficantes, and some of them smuggled them into the States along with the load. So they threw in the girl along with the load, and they kept her around, and if they came up to pick up money or had them sit on a stash house or whatever. So there's a lot of good-looking Latin women that were gangsters, and that's how I met Maria Rosa.